Hi, 2016 called. They want their makeup back. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, hi, my name is Sierra. I am a content creator and artist and I just like playing with makeup. By now, everyone's probably heard the news, but it was announced this week that Lime Crime is discontinuing their makeup line. I am so sad. Okay, I'm so sad. I, to be honest, have not bought Lime Crime in quite a few years, but their Venus palette, the Venus 2, the Venus XL, the Velvetines are some of my favorite products to this day. To commemorate Lime Crime and really take a throwback to the past from when Lime Crime was huge and the best thing in the makeup space, we're gonna do 2016 inspired makeup. 2016 makeup was the year of glamour. It was the heavy eyebrows, the heavy foundations, the heavy concealers. And while right now we have kind of gone past that, it's very clean girl in the moment, 2016 will forever hold a place in my heart. While I don't have all the products or quite frankly remember all the products that I used back in 2016, we're going to replicate a look that I would do quite often and try to mimic it as much as possible. Are you ready? Let's go. So thinking of me in 2016, no skincare. We are not doing any skincare today. That hurts. So we're first going to start off with a pore filling primer. I have large pores, but I find that my skincare does help with that. But back in the day, I just filled my pores. I would use the Benefit pore filler. Don't have that, and quite frankly, I don't like that product. So we're going to use my go-to, which is the Makeup Forever pore smoother. And we're just using our hands with this. Typically now I would use a brush just because I find a brush kind of get into each pore and really smooths everything out. For foundation, we're going in with the Estee Lauder Double Wear. This is still my favorite foundation. I use this every day just because it is so long wearing. And we're going in with a sponge. Comparing me in 2016 to me now, I don't think I've touched a sponge in like 3 or 4 years. Don't like sponges. I use a brush for everything, or I use a powder puff. My techniques have changed, but I might start being into old techniques. I find sometimes my makeup just doesn't look like how it used to, and it could literally just be this. 2016 was definitely the year of mattes and powders, so it really hurts me that I'm not going to be using cream blush or cream contour. I don't think cream contour, as I remember, was popular until going closer to 2018, 2019. Going in with the Huda Beauty concealer, I loved a bright under eye, so we are going a little crazy with it. Comparing the different years, I probably use like a fifth of this. I really don't use that much concealer, but I still love a bright under eye. So still going on the rave of beauty blenders. I'm pretty sure around this time is when they came out with the tiny concealer ones. They came in like a pack and then you would just lose them all. They're too tiny. Right now it just looks very imbalanced and too much contrast under the eyes. What I do vividly remember though is I would just use that same beauty blender in my powder and bake the shit out of my face. And there are still techniques that I use to this day. I still bake, just not as drastic, and I try to keep it just under the eye. I don't go all the way out anymore. I really don't want to admit it, but my under eyes look flawless. I look so flat right now, but that's okay. We're gonna add dimension back into the face right now. All will be well in the world. In the day, I would use the KVD Shade and Light palette, but I don't have that, so I'm just going in with my Kaleidos palette. And we're just gonna take the 2 contour shades. I can't really see it on screen, but I am packing this on. And in good old Sierra in 2016 fashion, we're not gonna contour our nose. I hate that for me. We hated blush in 2016. I don't know what it was, but no one wore blush. We just put on our contour and be like, yeah, let's look dead. Cool, 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 cool. However, we did love highlight, so I'm going to load the hell out of my cheeks. I don't have the actual packaging because I did depot it, but this highlight is from the Lime Crime Mermaid highlight palette. That was like a little bit later of a release. I want to say 2018, 2019. And I found it at Winter. We loved that stripe highlight in 2016. That was a little too excessive, but we wanted to make it known that we had highlight on. Okay, we're gonna jump straight to the eyebrows, and of course I had to bring out my girl Anastasia. Dip Brow was my baby. It still is, but again, I'm using it in a different way than what I used to. I used to do very blocky, thick eyebrows. Now I use it more in how it was intended to be used, in hair-like strokes. While in 2016, I was using ebony or granite in my eyebrows, I do tend to go a little bit lighter with them now, or fully bleached. So I'm gonna go in with the shade Taupe, and we're gonna do a similar look to my 2016 eyebrows, but I still wanna look a little presentable because I wanna leave the house like this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to follow the shape underneath of my eyebrow all the way down. And this is kind of what I would do also in 2016. I'd basically fill in everything besides the inner corner and then just like feather it out. Oh, the power a brow carve can do. I still carve out my brows to this day, but the main difference is you take your light shade of concealer that you use for your under eyes, and back in 2016 we would also do the top of our arch, which definitely made a very drastic look, but that was what 2016 was all about. We loved the drastic look of a full glam to go to high school, go to the grocery store. We loved it. Taking my concealer, and we just take a really flat-headed brush and we just do little lines under the brow and on the top. Now when I carve out my brows, I really just focus on the bottom arch, but back in the day we would go all the way into the inner corner. Slay. Before jumping into the eyes, I'm just priming them, and I'm just using the Urban Decay Primer Potion. This one, I've been obsessed with Primer Potion since probably 2013, 2014. It is just my most favorite eyeshadow primer. As someone that gets really oily eyelids, I find this one is fantastic. We're going to do a really burnt orangey red smoky eye using the Lime Crime Venus palettes. Before I jump into that, I'm just taking a little bit of this like reddish rust color as a base. We didn't really use eyeshadow bases that were colored back in the day, but I do want something that will grip onto this product and make it show its true potential, because this palette is probably like 8 or 9 years old. Just a little bit so the eyeshadow can grip. The first color in this palette we're using is the shade Creation, and that's just being dusted on the outer perimeter, kind of in between my bare skin and the color that we just laid down from Mauve. Then on the lid I want it more red, so I'm just taking the shade Muse. And then I'm just doing the same couple steps on the lower lashes as well. first with the cream products and then the lightest to darkest shades of the palette. Can't finish a 2016 eye without thick black eyeliner, so I'm going to be going in with the KVD tattoo liner. This step was so vital if you were wearing false lashes, which most of us were. Most of us were wearing like 30mm lashes. We still wanted them to blend in and somehow look natural. Just throwing on some mascara before we jump into the falsies. 2016 is also the year that I believe Milk Makeup started coming out with products. And of course I had to jump in with my OG favorite mascara, Kush Mascara. Lashes in 2016 were big and they were thick. So I'm going in with some Ardell BBL lashes in the style Bay. I used to wear 30mm lashes every single day. It just completed every single look. But now when I look at this, I can't picture myself wearing this again. I like a half lash now. I'm a whole new person, okay? The first eye is done. I am just gonna run and do the second eye, and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna do the lips. Okay, we are in the home stretch, and of course we have to use an OG Lime Crime Velvetine. I, to this day, still love liquid lipsticks. It's almost everything that I wear because I hate reapplying. It is the bane of my existence. I don't want to reapply lipstick. I don't want to reapply foundation, powders, nothing. I have this Velvetine in the shade Cashmere. Nope, just kidding, lied. This is in the shade Buffy. This color doesn't really match the vibes of today, but I couldn't end it off on not a Lime Crime product. Okay, that is the final look. Blast from the past. We miss you 2016 makeup. I'm hoping 2025 there will be a revival, especially alternative makeup artists getting into the industry. Lime Crime makeup was just such a pivotal part of that expression because the products were cool. The pigment was dope. It just had what we needed at the time that wasn't available in the indie makeup world. So thank you, Lime Crime Makeup. I'm hoping in the future they will bring it back because what I've seen is people aren't happy that they're leaving. Let me know down in the comments your OG 2016 makeup products, and if you want me to do other revival years. 2018 makeup was huge, pandemic makeup was huge. Let me know, and I will see you guys later. Bye.